English has always been more than just a school subject to me. It's the language my whole world is built in. It's the only language I know. It's the one I think in when I'm worrying about the future, or laughing with my friends, or replaying moments in my head. Every memory I have, every story I tell myself, comes to me in English. It's also the only language I was taught. From kindergarten classrooms with alphabet posters to college lectures with crowded slides, English has been the filter between me and knowledge. Every textbook, every assignment, every good job written in the margin has reached me through English. And it's the language of the things around me. The street signs in my hometown, the menus at local restaurants, or the announcements on the bus, even the little things like text messages, memes, and group chats live in the same language. So when I say English is important to me, I don't just mean it helps me communicate. I mean it's the structure of my hometown, the way I've learned to understand people, and the way I've learned to understand myself.
My name is Tommy Mitchell. I'm 19 years old.
My name is Kate McCarthy.
I'm Addie and I'm 18.
I was born around Yardley, Pennsylvania.
Newtown, Pennsylvania.
I'm from Newtown, PA.
I go to college in Pittsburgh.
I go to college in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
I mean, I use English subconsciously when I think. I mean, that's the medium in which I'm thinking through, is the English language, and then I use it anytime that I want to express my thoughts every single day.
So I use English throughout my daily life through communicating with my roommates, my friends, my professors, classmates, just talking throughout the rest of my day. Also on text, for example, I text in English. English is my primary language and the only one I'm fluent in. So basically anything I use English every time I communicate with anyone.
I mean, I think in the past 2 or 3 years, words have been being modified at just a rapid rate due to social media, and phrases will be coined and just be widespread in such a short time compared to how long it used to take a word to evolve and get a different meaning over time. So yeah, I think over the last 2 to 3 years, I think English has been changing more rapidly towards a focus on Gen Z and Gen X type language, mainly because they're the biggest population using social media.
I mean, slang, I feel like is always changing, but also like it comes back.
I think that English has become, especially in like a younger generation, I think it's become a little bit more relaxed. Relaxed. I think there's a lot of slang terms, but I mean, that's also by generation. Every generation has their slang terms, so I guess that's not really new. I mean, honestly, even for me, like personally, going from where I live now and then going to school at Penn State where there's so many different cultures and international students there, I hear a lot less of English than I do in my hometown.
Definitely the Southern language. A lot of y'all, just a lot of like slight word changes with the Southern accent. But there's also still a lot of like Northern accents as well.
In Pittsburgh, I've never heard the word yins once.
Drip.
So I like to use calm when I'm talking about something. I'll say like, that's calm when something's like, that's good.
Also like, maybe like fire?
Jerking my chain. Rage baiting is a new big one.
It's kind of chill, but like, or like pull up, if I'm saying like, or like PU, low key. I use that word probably every other word, so.
My name is Barry Levy and I grew up in central New Jersey. My family linguistic history is very interesting. My grandmother was from England and had a British accent, and my grandmother on my father's side she's just a normal American. So both of my grandparents spoke English, but but my grandmother on my mother's side was from Britain, so she of course had an English accent to the day she died. So both my parents actually grew up in New York, and my mother grew up in Yonkers, so she still says a lot of strange words, and she still has an accent today. My sister's a psychologist, and my mother her whole life called a couch, which is the graphic that's coming on the screen now, she called it a couch with an N. We both thought that was the word, and my sister, when she was performing psychology on the brain of a patient, said, "Take a seat on my couch." And the patient said, "What are you talking about?" And my sister said, "My couch." And she just never knew. Thank you, Mom. Thank you, Yonkers. So growing up in the 80s, language definitely has evolved a lot. But, things like totally rad and cool and awesome, stuff like that. We said that, sure. We also said, unfortunately, a lot of words that are inappropriate in today's culture. So, yeah, language has evolved, and specifically the slang that we use.
I'm Kara Levy. I'm 48. I grew up in Pennsylvania and Oklahoma. My family is from, on my mom's side, Ireland and Scotland. So English runs all the way back to the time that before they came to the United States. And then on the other side, my dad's mom is from Ireland, her side of the family. And then his dad's side is from Greece. And they never really carried on the language or the traditions of Greek culture because they came at a time where immigrants were really looking to kind of squash their culture and just assimilate to like the American culture. So instead of celebrating culture, they kind of pushed it down. They didn't share any of that. So we didn't learn how to speak Greek. We didn't learn about Greek culture. We didn't learn about Greek food. It was just something that they sort of got rid of when they moved here. I think English is becoming a little less formal. Just from a teaching perspective, my students are so accustomed to everything being shortened, like in texting. So even when they go to speak English, or if they go to write English, things will be like IRL, or do like shortened versions of things that would be text versions. And I think the idea of changing language by using social media and using cell phones and texting is very different than actually sitting down and writing a letter to somebody, where it was much more formal, and there was like a set way of doing it. I think there's just a lack of formality that goes along with it. Just for example, like if you were to, when you were a kid, you were a teenager, you'd call your friends' parents or your friends, and then you'd have to speak to their parents because they answer the phone. So it was very much like making small talk with your family or friend's family, and that doesn't really exist now, because when you're calling someone, they know exactly who's calling them. You don't have to introduce yourself, and you don't have to even ask for them because you know you're calling their specific cell phone. So it's just different in that way. So when I was really little, like when we lived in Oklahoma, everything was Valley Girl talk. It's like totally gag me with a spoon. And that was kind of the way people, if you were cool, like a teenager, that felt like you were being cool and teenagery.
Throughout the interviews I conducted, I realized that English can be used to convey so many things. Language itself is what makes us human, and English is the mode I've always used to communicate my personality to others. It was interesting to observe how the people closest to me view their language as well, and the impact it has made on their lives. All around me, English is present. I learned a lot, not just about English, but about the significance of my hometown to me, and the people I thought I already knew everything about.